We are here at Boston Calling. I'm Julie Kramer. It's Radio BDC and everything being brought to you by Xfinity. We're here with Daughter. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
So you're very wide awake. For most musicians, usually you're probably getting up about this time, correct?
Yeah, but we're quite jet lagged, so we actually woke up really early.
Where did you come
like
from?
6 a.m. We came from London.
You did?
Yeah.
You're currently on tour with Ben Howard?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And so was the whole tour came to do this and then you're back out again?
We actually landed in DC and we played Landmark Festival yesterday. And then this is we're doing Boston Calling today, and then after that we're starting to do the actual shows with Ben in terms of his own headline shows that we're opening for.
So you have a record coming out in January. Is the record done?
Yeah, it's done. It's done. We've been working on it for quite a long time, but it's kind of a weight off now that it's all finished.
So do you go on the road now to kind of test some of the songs that are on the record, or maybe how the set will go, that kind of thing?
We thought we might. We're going to hopefully play a couple of new ones on this tour with Ben, and just because it's kind of a nice opportunity to just kind of slip a few ones in, and then because no one's heard them yet, we can make all the mistakes that we want to, or not that we want to, but that will probably inevitably happen.
We'll never play them again when the record comes out. That's
Well, it would be good to see maybe what kind of reaction that you get, and if something that you might not think people might get into, and then, oh my goodness, they just went crazy for it.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe not.
No, I'm going to say go crazy for it. Talk to me about how Jeff Buckley, I'm a huge Jeff Buckley fan, how Jeff Buckley influenced you.
Well, I think when I was, I first heard Jeff Buckley when I was about 13, and my dad introduced me to his music, and it was just kind of something that I feel was, I guess I was a sort of, when was that? That was like early 2000s, I think, and so really for me, kind of a lot of where I found music was on the radio. So a lot of stuff nothing really connected with me. And so, apart from my parents' kind of record collections and stuff. So as soon as I heard Jeff Buckley, it was kind of one of those like changing moments. You're just like, what? How does somebody sound like this? It's amazing. So I think in that way. Just a different way of vocally performing. The lyrics were different to anything I'd ever heard. It was just kind of like an alien thing that I'd never experienced before. So I think it did have a massive effect. I think I was suddenly thrown into this other world of music that I had never heard before, kind of thing.
I think it's amazing how you can be into a band or go to a show and have a completely mind-altering experience.
Yeah.
It feels like, I think to me, it always feels like it's just someone putting music or words to something you were feeling but never really sort of spotted and defined before, and suddenly something opens up and you like sort of, it's like opening the floodgates and then it comes in. I think with Jeff Buckley, because he among other bands and artists, he was definitely also an influence for me, and I think it's just that sort of like very lyrical, both musically and in the lyrics, that was just quite kind of, again, like exploring a corner that hadn't really been explored like that before, and sort of saying things that, something that, oh wow, you can be, extremely dark and sad and yet still have something extremely uplifting as well with the music. It's just, which again, I mean, that whole sort of duality has been something that we play a lot on, in terms of, with the darker lyrics contrasting with slightly more uplifting music.
It's a nice yin and yang kind of thing. The song "Youth" that you did appeared in a number of advertisements and TV shows. Do you have to okay that?
Yes, most of the time. It depends. With UK stuff, there's different laws, so it's a different thing. But a lot of the time. So I mean, in terms of advertisement, we haven't actually done much. There's just one thing, I think. But then just a bunch of TV shows.
But that's good. It gets the music out there.
I know, totally. And I think with us, we work quite visually, so it's always nice to see then our music being used for different scenes, like sometimes which sort of seem to really lend themselves well to it. Sometimes not really, in terms of why the song was written for, but it's still, it's interesting. It's really nice to sort of see that, and then a lot of fans, come up to us and say, "Oh, I heard your music for the first time, on this TV show."
Isn't that great? It's just such another outlet for people. And then the nice thing with the internet and stuff is then you can just look it up. Oh, who was that? Where can I get it? Kind of thing. Instead of the old days when you'd have to try to figure it out and call 20 people and nobody knew.
Which was also quite a cool thing. I think people could hold music closer to their hearts because they went that extra mile to find out. They really they were waiting on the radio for that song to be played again or something, and it's just, I think there was definitely, I remember feeling a lot more rewarded about finding out about something new than nowadays, where it's just so easy to to find new stuff and discover it and know who it is between Shazam and everything.
I know, I love that Shazam.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Yeah.
Your record, Not to Disappear, comes out January 15th. Will you be coming back and doing a proper tour on your own?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know when, but we will.
Yeah, we're working on plans definitely to come back as much as possible next year. So we like playing in the US. So.
Yeah, it's great.
And we like having you. It is Daughter, live from Boston calling. I'm Julie Kramer. It's Radio BDC, brought to you by Xfinity.